Here we are again. The Bosch is frozen again. That's the front Bosch. It's a huge amount of ice in there. There's the back Bosch. Another good old lump of ice in there. Let's see if we're okay when we fire him up then, shall we? Now, I've welded the tool into the blank. I say welded, please don't, you don't have to comment, I know how bad my welding is. But it is improving. I have had a lesson. This caught me out because I had to use a dissimilar welding rod. This being a form of tool steel and this being bright mild steel. So there's the two parts welded together. Now, they have to be aligned so that when I put them in the blacksmith's helper, they punch the same on both sides of the piece. Now, I can see that this one is not vertical in the tool, it leans this way. I can see that the welding isn't very good, and I can see that the shape of this, out of the two of them, is the poorer of the two. So, I said to I showed my teacher, because I have to show my work, you know, and I showed him, and I said, you know, this is a problem, that's a problem, and he said, right. He said, carry on. He said, if you go back to square one, you won't have moved on and solved all the problems to get to the end. You may get to this point again and find you've got the same problems, go back to the start, which you'll keep repeating, possibly. So the idea now is to move on and to see if I can actually make it work in principle. And then of course I can come back, hopefully, and make it work for real. So the next step now is I'm going to have to grind off this excess weld here to make this back to its original stock size, so it'll fit inside the close tolerance of the blacksmith's helper, which I'm going to do with a flat wheel on an angle grinder. Now for the big question, do they fit? That's one. The same way around. Yeah, hey. Whoa. Well, that's a success of sorts, isn't it? Now, the big question is, do the two tools line? No, they're absolutely nowhere near each other. Look at that. Look at that. Well, dramatic fail. Hang on, I can't think of any other way to do it. Pretty dramatic fail. I know what I've done. I've put one in the wrong way, haven't I? I've welded one in the wrong way. I haven't understood the mirror image thing. So anyway, they line up like that, but then they're opposite ways round. So learn again, understand the relationship of these two parts to each other, and weld them in the right way round. So, okay, now the big one is heat a bit of bar up and see what sort of impression it makes on the bar. One shot at this because it's bound to move. It's absolutely bound to move. Oh, this is going to be tricky. That's harder than it looks. Lost a lot of the heat now, but give it a go. Try spreading the bar a bit because it's a bit thin to get those things on. Well, there's certainly an eye of sorts. That's pretty good, I think. Not bad. This is the one I was not sure about. No, he's not quite as good, is he? But it's obviously doable, isn't it? I'm quite pleased with that one. To the corner of the eye is upwards here, isn't it? I have to think about the orientation of these dies compared with the stock, because if that's going to be an animal, it needs to come to this corner, that corner of the eye. It needs to point towards the corner of the stock here. So that's an orientation problem. So I've got two orientation problems: the dodgy welding and the verticality of the one. But other than that, that was doable. I'll let you know if I manage to do it. Obviously, if you haven't got a blacksmithing magician, you could use a spring fuller and weld the tools to the end of the fuller. Obviously, put that in the Critchell hole. A lot of people make spring fullers like that, so it doesn't have to just be a blacksmithing magician. Or you could have a top and bottom tool. You could have the bottom tool going in the hardy hole, and a top tool you hold, and strike. Lots of options.